Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the FTSR Late Model Stock Tour here in Florida. We are presented by Full Throttle Television. We're here in Pensacola, Florida, Five Flag Speedway for tonight's running of the Snowballs in July 100. These guys are out on track getting qualifying underway at this moment, trying to set the field for the first heat that we will cover live, and we'll have a couple of heats tonight, possibly an LCQ, and then we'll do a 100-lap event here and see who comes out on top. My name is Bernie Hanna. I'll be bringing you the live coverage here tonight at Five Flag Speedway. Looking forward to it. Going to be a fun one. These guys are kind of struggling for grip around the track, which makes it a lot of fun to kind of see who can hang on to their car the best. There's surely going to be a lot of action. And like I said, qualifying's underway, and we'll get you the results of that shortly as soon as they finish up. But shaping up to be a good night for racing. Sun setting, lights are going to come on, and we're going to see some action. Just to remind you guys, let's look at the info for tonight's race. Again, Five Flags. I know it says Stafford Speedway. I forgot to change that, but Five Flag Speedway. You see the weather conditions. This is a fun little short track, though. You can really hustle around here. It's quick for a short track, and puts on a good race. And we'll go ahead and hop over to the event format while they're finishing up qualifying. Again, 2 laps tonight for qualifying, and it sets the heat lineup. Heats are 10 laps apiece. No cautions. The top 3 changed this week from 4 to 3. Top 3 advance to the main event. And then we'll have the LCQ, which is 15 laps. And everybody tonight will advance due to the shorter field, but 15 laps to set the starting grid there. And then for the main event, again, 100 laps tonight instead of 75. Cautions will be on for that. They are off for the heats and LCQs. And the top 12 are inverted, which makes it really fun to watch these guys kind of battle through the pack. 1 set of tires available to the drivers for the main, and use them wisely. You may need them. So we'll see how these guys handle those kind of that kind of a challenge. I think qualifying's about wrapping up here. Let's see if we can pull up the results. Well, we can look at practice times. Practice times, Tyler Brown came in on top for practice. You see Richie Coy in second. Dalton Williamson, newcomer here, starting in third. He's quick around here. Hollingsworth joining us tonight. Stephen Hollingsworth coming in fourth, and Brandon Elder rounding out your top 5 speeds in practice. Again, they are still working on qualifying. And then once we finish up here shortly, we'll be able to show you the qualifying order. Taking a look around this track, and there you go. Qualifying has completed. So now that that's finished, we can get started with heat number 1. All right, look at your grid for heat number 1. It's going to be Brandon Elder on the pole. He was first in qualifying. Richie Coy starting second in his heat. Tyler Brown third. Ryan Chapman will round out the second row. And then you have Dustin Loxton in the number 38 and 5th, and Tony Solari 6th for your 6-person heat tonight. Heat race number 1, and you got some heavy hitters in this race as well. These guys all know how to get it done, and they're going to try to show it tonight. So Brandon Elder actually quickest in qualifying, showing some speed tonight. We'll see if he can hang on to the lead here. With Richie Coy on his outside, we know Richie's fast on these short tracks, and you got Tyler Brown, who was fastest in practice, and then of course Ryan Chapman, who charged through the field last time we were out at Lanier, was able to really make some passes. So it should be a lot of fun to see these guys get to business here at Five Flag Speedway. Nice little chrome look there on the 51. Again, only 10 laps for these guys to get it done. It's a quick little race. You're going to have to go fast, go hard. Another thing goes hard is these onboard cameras we're going to try to show you tonight. Here on the front of Brandon Elder here. Here's Dustin Loxton in the number 38. We also got these rear views. We're going to try to show you guys as well when we get to it. You'll be able to see the action from behind. See how close these guys are racing. Some tight, close racing action here. Pace car is going to pull off. This guy's going to get ready. Green flag's out. We're underway here at Five Flag Speedway. Good jump by the 51, but Richie gets that thing wound up on the outside. He's going to stay to the outside, side by side through 1 and 2, down the back stretch. Richie Coy actually noses ahead. These guys are pretty leery about that 3 and 4 catching an apron, and Richie Coy's going to take the lead on the outside. And here comes Tyler, getting loose. That one hanging it out. He's making it work on the outside there. Richie Coy pulls away from these guys, running side by side. And now the 21 or 14 of Ryan Chapman right in there as well, trying to figure out who's going to make the move here. The battle for second. Coming out forward. You see how sideways that one car gets. He hangs on to it. They're still racing hard, trying to hang on to second place. 3 cars under a blanket here, down the backstretch into 3. Elder ahead in the 51, the one of Tyler Brown on the outside and Ryan Chapman on the inside. Looks like Brandon Elder inches ahead, and it's going to take a firm grasp there on second place. And now Tyler Brown under fire from Ryan Chapman. All this is allowing Richie Coy to jump out to a big lead here. And now Ryan Chapman's going to move into third place. Tyler Brown's going to slide into fourth. They're 3 and 4. 7 laps to go. Now 6 laps to go. A 3-car battle still. Now you see Ryan Chapman taking second place away from Brandon Elder. And Tyler's going to get by as well. So Tyler Brown into third, Ryan Chapman into second. This all happening 1.8 seconds behind your leader, Richie Coy. Now Tyler's looking to the inside. Brandon slides big off the corner. Working hard here. Right on board with Brandon Elder in the 51, looking at this battle ahead of him. You'll see how sideways these guys get, how much they're sliding these cars around, abusing those tires. Don't know what happened. Well, I guess that was the end of the... Wow, okay. I guess that was the end of heat race number 1, although it said we had 4 laps to go there. So Richie Coy is going to take heat race number 1. Second place is going to be Ryan Chapman. Third, looks like it's going to be Tyler Brown. Fourth, Brandon Elder, Tony Solari, and Dustin Loxton. That's your lineup for heat race number 1. Now we go to heat race number 2. Let's take a look at our starters. Maybe. Unfortunately, our grid's not working, it looks like. So we'll do this the old-fashioned way. How about that? Starting on pole, the 61 Dalton Williamson. It looks like Steve Hollingsworth on the outside of him in the 25. The 80 Colby Meese is going to start third. Fourth is going to be Curtis Miller in the 26th. Michael Blackner rounding out this 5-car grid for heat race number 2 and the number 22. That sheets painted automobile there. Again, apologies, the heat race format does not work well, does not jive with SDK apparently. Again, we don't have the running order, unfortunately, but we're going green anyway. Green flag's out, underway here at Five Flag Speedway, heat race number 2, and the 61 of Williamson gets a great jump over Hollingsworth, who slots into second. The battle's back here for third, fourth, and fifth at the moment. Coming off turn 4, complete lap 1. I tell you, Hollingsworth's right on the back bumper of Williamson. And then you got Colby Meese in the 8. Michael Blackner moves up to 4th in the 22. And Curtis Miller in the 26th. All right, now Michael Blackner's looking inside. He's going to try to make a move for 3rd place. Up the track a little bit. Side by side into 3. Colby trying to hang there. Michael Blackner does take the position. Meanwhile, up front, it's still nose to tail. Williamson leading in the 61, the 25 of Hollingsworth second. Hanging right with him, looking for any opportunity to make a move there. And Michael Blackner's put a little space on, as I say that, now Hollingsworth right on the back bumper of Williamson. See, he's got to slide off 4 every lap. Hollingsworth just looking for an opportunity. Still nothing doing there. Everybody running where they were. Michael Blackner in 3rd, kind of starting to lose touch with these 2 leaders, but he is pulling away from the 8 of Colby Meese. Curtis Miller back there in 5th. 2 at the front, and 2 in the middle, and then Curtis Miller trying to run them all down. Nothing happening up front. And Hollingsworth starting to lose touch, about a car length back now, through 3 and 4. And here it is. Dalton Williamson will take the win. Hollingsworth second, Michael Blackner third, Colby Meese fourth, and Curtis Miller will round out your field here in heat race number 2. And now it's time for the LCQ. So we took the top 3 of each heat, and these are the guys who are left. Outside row heat race number, or inside road heat race number 1, outside row heat race number 2. So since we can't get our graphics working, or maybe we can. Oh, look at that. So here's your grid. Brandon Elder is going to start on the pole here for the LCQ. Colby Meese in second. Tony Solari is going to start third in the number 11. Fourth is going to be Curtis Miller in the 26th. And rounding out your 5-car LCQ field is going to be the 38, Dustin Logston. These guys are going to get 2 warm-up laps. And remember, we have a 12-car invert, so 3 from Heat 1, 3 from Heat 2. So everybody's going to be inverted. Everybody knows. We saw last week Michael Blackner capitalize on starting at the rear, or finishing at the rear in the LCQ, starting at the front. It was able to make that pay off for a win, his first win in the late model series. I think everybody's got that on their mind and knows that's a possibility. Let's see if anybody plays that card and is able to start at the front and take advantage of that. But you know, as racers, all racers want to go out there and win. So if you can win, you're going to try to do that anyway. Through 3 and 4, pace car pulls off. We're underway here. The LCQ is green. Brandon Elder with a big jump here. The battle's for second. Tony Solari on the bottom. Colby Meese on the high side. Dustin Logston looking to pick up whatever's left. Colby way high. Now Tony drifts high. Hard battle here for second place. Colby still hanging out there on the quarter panel. He's clear now. But Colby's going to look inside. Oh, there's contact between him and the 11. Now the 11's going to work the high side. And Dustin Logston gets through for third place. And now he's looking for second place on Colby. Colby throws a block. Hard battle here for second. Oh, you got Tony Solari going around off of the 26 of Curtis Miller. So Tony's got to get that straightened out because there are no cautions. They are going to be coming back around here. And he does get it going straight again as the leader, Brandon Elder, goes by. 11 laps to go. Dustin Logston, second place. Colby Meese in third. Curtis Miller, fourth. I'm really interested now because this is going to put Tony Solari in that coveted position of starting on pole in the main event. We'll see if that pays out. Dustin's starting to get some pressure from Colby Meese. Meanwhile, 2.1 seconds ahead of this is the leader, Brandon Elder, continuing to just pull away from these guys. Clearly has a strong car. I think Curtis Miller with that damage has slowed him down quite a bit. But the battle here is for second place. Now 8 laps to go as the leader crosses the line. Both of those guys running high. Maybe touched the wall there. It's right on board with Colby Meese. He was having issues getting loose in practice right here through 3 and 4. Let's see if it's happening. Pretty solid there. Trying to chase down that 38 of Dustin Logston. Gotta love that. These cars sound so good. While things are settled down, let's go back and look at that crash with Tony Solari. Off of turn 4, we'll ride along with Solari. Just gets high through 3 and 4. Gets loose. He comes right around on him. And, gee, the OG garage is going to have to fix that one up. Oh, we got Curtis Miller just crashed. This is a replay. Curtis Miller having issues apparently. Same place. Touches that apron, gets loose out of 4. Meanwhile, Brandon Elder just setting sail out front. 3 laps to go. Dustin Loxton hanging on to second still. Colby Meese losing ground on him. Everything kind of settled out now. Now 2 laps to go. Brandon Elder's just going to hold it together for 2 more laps. 3-second lead. And then Dustin's got about a second lead on Colby as they take the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Well, he didn't have a good run in his heat. Had some issues, but he's able to capitalize here tonight in the LCQ. He's going to come down and come through 3 and 4 and take the checkered flag in the LCQ, and that'll set him up pretty good for the main event here tonight. Brendan Elder wins. So let's see if we can look at the result. Let's see, race results. Brendan Elder with the win. Dustin Loxton coming home second. Colby Meese third. Curtis Miller will finish 4th. Tony Solari will pick up the 5th and final position and will start the race from pole. And with that, we're going to take a quick break here on our side. We'll stay with the action, but let's take a quick break and we'll come back for the main event. 100 laps around 5 Flag Speedway here shortly. Racing action from the Smoking Tires Sprint Car Cup. And we are back here for the FTSR Late Model Stock Tour 5 Flag Speedway. Getting ready for the main event. The heats are done, the LCQ's done, everything's done but the race. The one that matters, 100 laps here, the Snowballs in July 100. Let's see if we can talk to somebody. Who we want to talk to? See if we can talk to our LCQ winner, Brandon Elder. Brandon, you got a copy? Well, Brandon, you had a tough run there in the heats a little bit. Kind of fell back out of transfer position, but you kind of made up for it in the LCQ. Pretty strong there. Well, it's good to hear you. You were pulling away from everybody. We were talking about, I was talking a little bit about that. Like you were really strong. It looks like you just kind of lucked out, or was, I guess, out of luck in the heats, but you were fast. I mean, clearly, you got the pole there. You had a good qualifying set, too. Well, we do have 100 laps coming up, and I know you're out there running laps right now, but we got 100 laps coming up. What do you think the car's going to do? You said it got a little loose under the heat, so you think that's going to continue the longer you run? Yeah, we see some issues off turn 4. Everybody getting kind of. I'm watching the cars. Everybody seems to be swinging that rear end out coming off turn 4. That seems to be the trouble spot. All right, well, we'll let you get back to it. Thanks for talking to us, and we'll catch you after the race. All right, so Brandon Elder, clearly fast. We'll see what he can do. Coming from, I think he'll start 7th. Maybe 6th. I'm not really sure how that's going to line up. We'll see right now. Currently, Richie Coy running the fastest lap out there. See if there it is. Apparently he's taking a scenic tour back to the garage. That's another one you got to look out for. Tyler Brown. Tyler's really fast. This is his first late model race tonight. Been putting some laps in, getting ready for it. Looks fast. This will be tough to beat. Of course, Dalton Williamson in that nice neon yellow machine. Hard to miss. The number 61. Looking good. Looking fast out there tonight, too. Curtis Miller needs to make up a little bit from woes in the heat race there. Got loose off turn 4. Again, that looks like the trouble spot tonight. It's where everybody seeming to have issues. Is off turn 4. You're going to have to tighten that up and get that under control. Again, getting loose right there off 4. There's a little bit of a bump there. And this little deceiving coming off 4 because you run right out there to the wall. There's Blackner in that Sheets machine. Looking back off the 22. Going on board. So these guys rip around here in these cars. There's Ryan Chapman. From Westbrook, Connecticut. Tony Solari from Darien, Illinois. And there's the checkered flag on warm-up. So we are ready to go here for the main event. And here's your starting lineup here at Five Flags Speedway. Although it's going to be modified a little bit because somebody don't know how to enter a server as a spectator, apparently. So that's going to move Curtis Miller up to the front, Tony Solari on the outside row. And you're going to have Colby Meese and Dustin Loxton on row 2. Brandon Elder and Michael Blattner on row 3. Tyler Brown and Stephen Hollingsworth on row 4. Ryan Chapman, Richie Coy, and Dalton Williamson rounding out your grid here. Guys finishing their first of 2 pace lap. Getting set for 200 laps of racing action here at Five Flags Speedway. Pace cars off through 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag. Green's out. We are underway here at Five Flags. A lot of racing going on here, all through the pack. Everybody trying to settle in, see where they can get in. Big battle back here in the middle of the pack. Dustin Loxton, the 22, almost 3 wide there with Tyler Brown and Brandon Elder. Brandon way up the track there. Actually, it wasn't Brandon. That's Curtis Miller way up the... No, it's Tony Solari way up the track. Ooh, close. Close racing. Almost now we're 3 wide. Now we're 3 wide. Off turn 2. 3 wide racing action. Tyler Brown backs out of it. The 25 of Stephen Hollingsworth. Everybody getting whatever they can at this point. Brandon's still stuck on that very high side. All this and Colby Meese says, oh my goodness, how did they not wreck there? The 38 of Loxton. And he does go around, and that's going to be the caution. Caution number 1. 5 laps into the race. I don't know how that wasn't bigger than what it was. He got loose off the corner. Then he got a bump from Hollingsworth, and that just put him all out of shape here. And then he washes up the track and gets into the side of Dalton Williamson and right around. So he's right on board. Oh, hanging on to it. Down on the apron there. Trying to rejoin in. Contact again, just goes right around. First caution of the night, though. Dalton will start again from 10th place. Don't think he's got much damage on the car. Should be fine to return to racing action. So Kobe Meese continues to lead. Kobe taking advantage of that great start he got and was able to jump out front and lead some laps. Although right behind him, if you'll notice, is the 11 of Tony Solari, and those guys had contact in their heat, so I'm sure there's no love lost there. They will get the 1 to go signal this time. They'll line up, re-rack it, and we'll try it again. We did not get the 1 to go, so we'll keep under caution here. Bunch of hungry drivers back there behind these guys. And now we'll get the 1 to go. We'll go racing next time by. Again, your lineup, Colby Meese on the inside in the 8, the outside of the 11 of Tony Solari. Curtis Miller hanging tough in 3rd. Stephen Hollingsworth up to 4th in the 25. The 1 of Tyler Brown starts 5th. And Dalton Williams 6th on this restart. Pace car's off, waiting for the green flag. There it is, and we're back underway here at 5 flags. And immediately Hollingsworth looks for that bottom. Looks under Tony Solari for 2nd place. These guys racing hard. Solari about to lose 3rd place to Tyler Brown, who moves up another spot. Move Tyler up to 3rd. Dalton Williamson coming with the head of steam on the bottom as well, moving up to 4th. You see Tyler Brown chasing that car off turn 4. These guys really getting at it early in this event. Only 9 laps complete. That one car looks awful fast. He's run down the 25 of Solari. Meanwhile, back behind him, the battle continues. Dalton Williamson on the inside. Tony Solari on the outside. Here comes Richie Coy to join the battle. Richie Coy up from the back. Looking for 5th place on Tony Solari, and he's going to take it. Behind Richie Coy Tony Solari slots in, but that's Ryan Chapman right behind him looking for that position. You see the 61 of Williamson get really loose off turn 4. These guys fighting these cars already, and it's only going to get worse as they use their car up. And we've got a battle heating up for the lead. Steve Hollingsworth right on the back of Kobe Meese. Tyler Brown in third. Tyler looking for a way around. Everybody single file. Oh, we see Tony Solari go up the track. Into the wall hard. And he continues. Behind Dustin Loxton, who had issues earlier. That's the guy that brought up the first caution. With a little help. Meanwhile, we got a battle for second. You got Tyler Brown looking to the inside of Stephen Hollingsworth for second place. Unstoppable force, meet unmovable object. The battle for second. And Tyler Brown's going to grab it. The one. Move him up to second place. Hollingsworth slides back a spot. Now Dalton Williamson starting to work over the 25. Some good racing. Meanwhile, Colby's under pressure up front. Tyler Brown looking for a way around. Boy, these guys are driving so hard off it. You can see off turn 4 how much they're fighting the car. Now a little bump from Tyler Brown. Now Tyler's going to look to the outside of the 8. One gets loose, but he has to run off the corner. He's going to lead that lap. Now they're still side by side. Wheel to wheel, door to door, through turn 3 and 4. Colby loose, and now the 25 is going to look to the inside of the 8. He thinks better of it. Backs out. These guys are racing hard for this position. I'll tell you, the one's got a good run on the outside. 8 kind of moves up the track a little bit. Tyler Brown leads that lap. Two, 3, and 4 again, still side by side. That 25 has got a run on the inside. Now he's trying to stick in there. Colby tries to shut the door, and it's close. He holds on for now, but that allows Tyler Brown to get a good run down the backstretch. It's hard to hold off 2 drivers at a time. Side by side, still side by side. So close to that inside wall is the 8 of Meese. And now the 25 tries the high side, thinking he may be able to find a way around. Meanwhile, Tyler Brown completes the pass, moves Tyler into the lead. Tyler Brown to the lead on lap 24. Now the inside is Steve Hollingsworth trying to work him over. Down into 3. I think Hollingsworth, a little contact there off the corner, and 8 turns the 25 around off the corner. And caution is out. A lot of cars piled up in this, including Richie Coy, the 22, the 25, of course, of Hollingsworth, all included in this. It happened in second place. There was a lot of cars behind them, and that's what happens. See if we can go back and look at it. So through 3 and 4, here they come. And you see the 25 low on the 8. Let's see what happens here. When they come off the corner, 25 gets a little loose, starts washing up the corner, contact with the 8, who gets a little tight. He may have gotten a little help from Dalton Williamson as well. We'll have to go back and look at that again. we'll ride on board with Dalton, kind of see what happened here. Let's see if there's any contact here off the corner. There, they make contact, and see if Dalton gets into the 8. Just as he's getting to the 25, that's kind of a bam bam kind of deal there. So tough break for those guys involved. Richie Coy getting involved in it. Let's go back and look and see what Richie saw. Riding through 3 and 4. This guy's racing hard. It's Martin Sports Cam. And then just nowhere to go. And he actually gets hit from behind as well. Just nowhere for those guys to go. Let's see what the 22 saw. Riding back here with the 38. Big wreck, big wreck, big wreck. Oh! And he actually gassed it up, trying to get by. 22 on pit road. Tyler Brown still leads. Dalton Williamson after that comes through to second place. Ryan Chapman to third. Tony Solari rebounds back up to fourth place. Curtis Miller in fifth. Richie Coy in sixth. Michael Blackner seventh. Colby Meese will be eighth. Dustin Loxton ninth. And Stephen Hollingsworth looks like he's parked it for the night. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to continue. Brandon Elder a lap down. 2, 3, and 4 getting ready for the restart. The 1 continues to lead here. Green flag's out. We're underway again. Lap 26 of 100. And the 61 of Williamson gets a heck of a start there on the outside. Meanwhile, they're battling back here for third as well, or fourth. Almost 3 wide for fourth place. They've single filed for the lead here, singled out right now. But the battle is for fourth. You've got Ryan Chapman on the inside, Tony Solari on the outside. Curtis Miller on the inside, sorry. And Richie Coy looking for somewhere to go. Richie Coy takes over fifth place after we see if that damage affects him. Tony Solari fourth, but meanwhile up front, the battle is starting to heat up for second. Looks like Dalton Williams is starting to come under fire from Ryan Chapman. Right on board with the Ryan Chapman machine. See if he can get anything done with Dalton Williamson. Ooh, so close, so close. Looks like Dalton's bottoming out a little bit, entering turn 1. Saw the sparks. Dalton's loose. Loose. And see, guys, racing this close, it only takes one little mistake, and you're right there on them. These guys have a lot of trust in each other. And you see Ryan trying to dive to the inside. Dalton shuts the door, gets the run off the corner. And all this is allowing Tyler Brown to put a 0.6 of a second lead over these guys. And all these guys have pulled away. Tony Solari in fourth, out there kind of by himself. Richie Coy in fifth. Michael Blackner sixth. Got a battle back here. Dustin Loxton trying to get around Curtis Miller on the outside. Dustin's going to lose that spot. Curtis Miller's going to move back ahead. Curtis slides up the track. Crossover. Crossover, and Dustin Loxton slides to the inside of Curtis Miller, trying to take the spot from the inside. It's a heck of a battle for 7th place. You're not missing up front. Tyler's run away. You got Ryan and Dalton together. And actually, Ryan was able to make that pass. So Ryan Chapman, we missed that, but Ryan Chapman was able to pass Dalton Williamson. I'll show you that right quick. Coming off turn 4, he just gets up under him into turn 1, and Dalton has to yield the position. And he goes right on by. Everybody kind of single filed out. Got a little bit of a space. Right on board with Tyler Brown, looking back at 2nd and 3rd place. Currently has a 1.1 second lead over 2nd place Ryan Chapman. 3rd place Dalton Williamson there in the picture. Then it's 2.5 seconds back to Tony Solari. And then it's 4.1 back to Richie Coy. Ooh, you see Tyler just got a little tight there off the corner. Ryan's able to make up a 10th that lap. Ryan looking back at Dalton, looking forward at Tyler. Just looking at time, seeing if he's able to make up. Look at the lap times. You see 2 laps. He actually gained some time, and he lost some time. He gained some time that time on Tyler a little bit. Tyler's starting to inch back out, but it's just barely. Meanwhile, Dalton's still riding back here. Tony Solari, Michael Blackner. Michael Blackner going around Richie Coy right now. So give that spot to Blackner, who moves up into 5th place. And look, it's the 51 of Elder who's a lap down. And we have a caution. Trying to see what the caution was for. Oh, it's for Curtis Miller. But did he have some help? Don't look like it. Nope, just gets loose through turn 4. Can't save it. Keeps it off the wall, but unfortunately it breaks out of caution. All these guys taking an opportunity to do some pit stops here. Get those tires. We are right at halfway, lap 47 of 100. Dustin Loxton stays out, assumes the lead, does not pit here. Tyler Brown will be in 2nd. Tony Solari up to third. Ryan Chapman back to fourth. Richie Coy in fifth. Blackner in sixth. Williamson back to seventh. I wonder if he's the only one that took tires there. And Curtis Miller in eighth. Brandon Elder ninth. And it looks like that Steve Hollingsworth is back out there. So we get ready to go green here once again. Right at the halfway point of this race. Lap 46. Pace car is off. And we're back to racing here at Five Flags. Again, a good start on the outside by Tyler Brown. Dustin Loxton on the inside on those older tires. He's trying to hang tough. Meanwhile, Ryan Chapman trying to get by Tony Solari on the outside. Close racing on four. You got a battle for first and second, third and fourth there. That's settled out. The battle back here is for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. You see Rishi Cord trying to get to the inside, and he does. Of the 11 of Solari, he's going to try to take third place. Meanwhile, behind him, Dalton Williamson inside of Ryan Chapman for fifth. Again, that's third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. You see right there on your screen. And they're starting to inch in on Dustin Loxton, who stayed out. Meanwhile, Tyler Brown just continues to put some distance between him and the other cars. Richie Coy up to second, Dustin Loxton third, Dalton Williamson in fourth. Now he's the inside of Dustin, Richie Coy is. And he's going to get through pretty easily there, move Richie Coy into second place, trying to make use of those fresh tires. Ryan Chapman trying to get by Tony Solari. A little bit of a pinch there off the corner, but he makes it happen. And Ryan Chapman moves into sixth place, but Michael Blackner moves past both of those up to fifth. Now it's going to be working on Dustin Loxton. Ryan Chapman. Tony Solari trying to go back by Ryan Chapman. Guys still battling it out. Tony able to get by Dustin. It moves him up to fifth place. Now Ryan Chapman up to try. And he does. He does get back there. He moves him into sixth. Curtis Miller trying to make a move here. Oh, we got Ryan Chapman around, and he collects a couple other cars as he goes around here. That'll be caution number 4 of the night. See what happens to the 14 car. Just loose to 3 and 4 and finally loops it around. Curtis Miller gets a piece of it, and is that Brandon Elder? Yeah, Brandon Elder having another unfortunate turn of events here. Gets caught up in that. Right on board with Brandon Elder, see what he sees. Going through 3 and 4, you see him around, just nowhere to go. Locks it down and just unable to miss it. It happens right in front of you. Tyler Brown out there stays out. Williamson. See if we can catch up with our leader right quick. Tyler Brown, you got a copy? Hey man, listen, you looking good out there. Looks like you got a strong car, and the strategy's kind of played out so far. What you think? Think you can hold these guys off? Well, you look pretty strong out there. You look strong on the outside too. That was pretty impressive. You're able to make some outside moves there. Um, for the, I think for the lead actually. All right, well, we're getting down to go time. I guess it's time to strap in a little tighter and then hold on and see if you can hang on out there. All right, we'll see you. Tyler Brown in the 1 car, trying to hold on here. Got some tough competitors back there behind him. One to the outside. Richie Coy, we know he knows how to win. Dalton Williams, the newcomer, shown speed all night. And you got Michael Blackner back there in 4th. The winner last time we were out at Lanier. Tony Solari and Dustin Loxton lurking. It's going to be tough. Coming through 3 and 4. Green flags back out. And a pretty good jump for Tyler, although the 19 does stick to his outside. He's able to hang out there. Tyler takes that lane away and is able to assert his dominance, takes the lead away, and now you got Dalton Williamson looking for 2nd place. And I tell you, as a race car driver, Tyler will love to see this in his mirror, these guys racing side by side. It means he can put some ground on these guys. Dalton Williamson takes over the 2nd momentarily, but the 19 tries to look back to the inside. He can't get it done. Dalton Williamson hangs on. Move him into 2nd place, and Tony Solari up to 4th place back there behind these guys. And everybody chasing that 1 car. Tyler Brown, who's currently in the catbird seat. 62 of 100 laps complete. As much slipping and sliding as they're doing out there, aptly named the snowballs in July. I think these guys think they have the snow tires on out there. Unfortunately, Stephen Hollingsworth has pulled it in the pits. Tyler still inching out away from Dalton Williamson. Richie Coy, Tony Solari, Michael Blackner. Right on board with Michael. See what he sees here. "66 laps complete of 100. There's Michael in his office space. Not a bad cubicle to have. We see Tony Solari almost catch the wall there off 4. Working it hard. You see him get loose right there and have to correct it. He's getting really loose off these corners. Just trying to put those tires on. You hear the tires screaming. Oh, so loose. Working hard. You're not looking in the mirror though, because Michael Blackner is hungry and he's trying to pounce. Nothing's changed in front. It's still Tyler Brown, Dalton Williamson, Richie Coy, 1, 2, 3. This battle for 4th. Tony Solari leading Michael Blackner. And Dustin Loxton starting to close in on these guys as well as Curtis Miller back here. You got the lap car Brandon Eller in between those guys. I tell you, Tony Solari, he's trying to be the show here. He's working this car off the corner. He's so loose. He's right on board. See how much he's fighting this car. Oh, he lets Michael Blackner through. So Michael Blackner up to 4th place. He is extremely loose on throttle. Michael Blackner trying to chase down Richie Coy. That's out the back of the Martin Sports machine. Looking back at Michael Blackner. Tony Solari, who is now under fire from Dustin Loxton. Dustin's going to grab that spot. So move Dustin up to 5th place. Tony's still hanging that thing out on the outside. He has definitely got a handful. He just has to pull over and say, go on, go by. So Curtis Miller up to 6th with that move as well. These guys pretty well spaced out. Tyler Brown has a 7/10 of a second lead over this guy, Dalton Williamson, in the 61. 19 of Richie Coy in 3rd, and we're coming up on 21 laps to go. All right, we're back with the Victory Lane post race show. We're going to try to talk to our third place finisher tonight, Michael Blackner. Michael, you got us. Hey, listen, great run tonight. Third place, man. You looked fast out there. Just ran out of time, I think. Coming from the back, trying to work your way up there, wasn't able to quite get to the front, but a third place after a win last time. That's a pretty good run. Yeah, speaking of how not easy it was, we saw these guys slipping and sliding around a lot tonight. Looks like turn four was a trouble spot. What was your experience out there? Yeah, speaking of the action that was out there, you were around a good bit of the action. Got a good look underneath the, I believe the 38 machine at one point. Kind of, what was your viewpoint of some of the action that was happening in front of you there? Yeah, yeah, it looked like a little bit of fun, but it was definitely chaotic at times. Pretty good race going on there, but again, congratulations on the third place finish. I'm gonna give you the mic. Anybody out there you want to thank? Any sponsors? Maybe people watching? Oh, that's cool. Glad to have them. Glad to have you. Good third place finish. Again, congratulations, and we'll go get them next week. Yeah, absolutely. That's Michael Blackner and the number 22 Sheets Ford, bringing it home in third place. Another solid finish for him. It's not like he may have sabotaged Richie. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, it was a good run for him for sure, and good to see him have a good run. But nobody did it better than the guy we got to talk to under caution. Tyler Brown takes it home, P1. Tyler, congratulations. Well, Tyler, it was, I don't know if you saw any of the action happen behind you. You were up front a good bit of the night, but it was a little chaotic back there. Pretty tough track, it sounds like. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're not doing a great job if I can't hear them. Huh.
Continuing.
All right. See, that should work now. Well, we'll start over. We'll get Michael back in here too. But anyway, Tyler, congratulations on your win, and tell us again what you think may have helped.
Well, I was watching in practice a couple guys, and I was mainly, I've never ran. This is my first race with the league here in the late models, and I love the car. It's a fun car to drive, but I was kind of watching where I could be a little bit faster than other guys, and I noticed that they were either loose or they were tight. And so I started messing with the rebound and the ballast and moving some weight around. And right before the after the heat race, I tried something in the heat race and it worked for me, so I went ahead and went with it, and it seemed to pay off there tonight.
Well, absolutely. You put on a clinic. What I was saying is it was kind of chaotic back there behind you. It was there were some wrecks. There were some pretty big wrecks, but nothing too major. But the guys, man, they were slipping and sliding around. Tough track, and you were able to you looked pretty solid out there. Didn't look like you had an issue.
Yeah, it's definitely a close quarters track. If you want to talk about a bull ring, this is one of the finest that's around, and that's kind of where my head was at the start. We settled for third there in the heat race, and that was a good hard race. And then I just kind of made my mind up there after the first few laps that I was either going to go or sit and wait, and I wanted to go. So we got after it and had to make some moves and try not to burn everything up, keep it all in one piece, and stay out front all night like we did. And like I said, it just everything kind of fell perfect for us. But I definitely saw the craziness behind me.
We unfortunately we don't get to follow as closely as we want to as far as the strategy goes. So when did you actually take tires, and was it kind of your plan going into the race?
Yeah, so my plan was as soon as I noticed about a 2 to 3 tenths fall off. So I was practicing and I didn't really fall off much past 17.0, and then so I had it in my head that if I fell off past that, then I was gonna go ahead and go in, and it didn't matter when. Um, I was glad when that second caution came out there, and was able to just split right down the middle. I actually took too much fuel. I didn't plan on taking as much fuel as I did, and that's what had me really worried about Richie. But I think I should have been more worried about I believe it was Dustin that was kind of keeping the pace with me there, and I had to push pretty hard at the end and really grip up and focus.
Yeah, absolutely. It was tough. I don't know, you say that, but you were kind of putting tents on him pretty consistently, like you kind of had him covered there. I don't know, late race restart. Now tell me what went through your mind when you saw Dustin Loxton creeping down the backstretch out of fuel. It could have been a caution.
Yeah, so I was a little worried about that as well. I right when he came across and said, "Go high, I'm out of fuel," I kind of glanced down at the lap counter and I was just hammering down trying to get to the white, trying to get the thing over with, because you know how it is. Them last 20 laps or so when you're running your tail off, it's like it never ends.
Yeah,
So
and every little thing you hear, every little thing in the car, and every little thing matters, and
yeah,
that could have been
yeah,
it. Well,
yeah,
you did a great job, man. You put it together solid from beginning to end. You're batting 100, so
yeah. I appreciate that. I want to thank Tommy. He threw a paint scheme on there for me. Today I called him and told him I was going to run it. Tommy Schaefer, he does all my paint work and helps me with setup a little bit. We kind of work back and forth. You guys, FTSR, Richie, Tony, Michael, Brandon, everything you guys do, man. The streams, the racing. I love it. I love racing in the league. I think you guys do a heck of a job, and I'm looking forward to many more races with you.
absolutely. We love having you as well. Putting on a great show out there, making it interesting, making it exciting for sure. And like I said, you're batting 100, so you got to come back next time and try to keep that streak alive.
Oh, we'll be back.
All right. Congratulations again. That's Tyler Brown in the number one, taking home the win tonight in his debut in the FTSR Late Model Tour. Now, if you guys are looking to get involved in the Late Model Tour, make sure to check out www.ftsr.net. You can watch some of our past streams on here on Full Throttle TV on YouTube. See if that's something you want to get into, get involved. We're continuing to grow. We had a pretty good turnout tonight, and we'd love to have you. So if you're interested, make sure to check it out. We're going to go back and grab our third place finisher, Michael Blackner, since nobody could hear you. Uh, we're gonna do it again. So Michael, again, congratulations on third place, and Man, tell me about your experiences out there.
Thank you. Uh, practice through warm up. It was tough trying to get the car set up the way I needed. It was snug. I was hoping going into nighttime, come race time feature, it would loosen up. It did a little bit during warm up. We had to make a few changes, particularly the right rear spring needed to be looser. That helped. Just didn't have the long run speed that we needed for the race.
Yeah, so through the race, like I said, there was a lot of action that happened out there, and you were involved in a little bit of it. I think you probably saw a good bit of it the way it sat. So tell me a little bit about your experiences out there, especially the close encounter you had with the 38's fuel cell.
Well, we weren't trying to bump draft, but we were definitely bumping. um, we were coming off turn four there, and spotter called out wreck on the front straight. I seen the cars up high. I was right behind Dustin. I couldn't see much, but then I seen him going forward, so I figured, okay, we have room to go low, and it all happened so quickly. I should have gave him been more room, been more cautious. We end up I took it into pits at that point, about 50 seconds of damage. Thank goodness that laps don't count under caution here, because that's the only thing that saved my bacon. um, yeah, there was a lot of track or action out on the track. The high side was, it was okay, but it wasn't the place to be.
A lot of action, not much traction. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. Seems like it was tough out there. I saw the 11 car hanging it out a good bit there. Looks like everybody had a handful out there for sure. But I asked Tyler about this. I guess I'll ask you. So, as far as strategies for taking tires and stuff, did you kind of stick to what the plan you had going in, or did you have to kind of modify that? And when did you actually take the tires?
So I was thinking, if we get a caution, kind of like last race at Lanier, if we get a caution on the back half of the feature, that's probably going to be a time to take tires, because you're gonna need them. You've been out for so long, you burned them up so much racing. We got the caution. I believe I took tires around the halfway mark. I was debating at that point whether or not I should pit, because I thought, well, I could get up front, then I could play the blocking game, so to speak, just try and run my line, just hold everybody behind me. But I knew I didn't have speed that Tyler or Dalton or anybody else had that was at the front. So I'm just lucky it worked out in the end there.
Well, you definitely had speed. You drove up to third, had to start towards the rear. Uh, it wasn't like Lanier where you suckered everybody and rode around in the LCQ, was able to take the pole and run off from everybody. So
I had that thought, but you know what? I realized at the end of practice, I'm like halfway down the board. So even if I did pull that off again, it just, I was not going to stay there. Somebody was going to find their way around. And so, yeah, I just figured, well, let's just see what we get.
well, a win last week, and you sewed up a third place finish here this week. Good, solid couple of runs. Going to help you in points, and again, great job out there. I'm going to give you the mic. Anybody out there you want to thank, or any sponsors you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Brody, for putting this on, broadcasting. There's actually a couple close people to me that are watching right now. My girlfriend Brianna's parents, her brother, um, they're big fans of short track racing. They love Jennerstown Speedway.
Yeah, I wish we
They're
had that in the game.
I keep tagging them in iRacing posts about
I
it.
know, right?
But want to thank them for watching and supporting me. Ford Sheets, Richie for taking what I sent to him as a qualifying setup and turn it into a race setup with a few tweaks. So definitely got to thank the Fury Camp on this one.
Well, hey, I heard you might have played a part in Richie burning his tires up.
Yeah, so we talked about that after the race, and I asked him, "Did you make any changes to that right front camber after you sent me the sets?" And he's like, "No." Well, during practice, right before we went to qualify, and I looked at that, and I'm like, that's not that's not gonna last long. So I should have dropped it more, but I wasn't sure how much was too much, which I think could have made a big difference there in the long run. But I think just the camber difference alone between our sets was probably the difference maker in him burn his right front up sooner.
Well, either way, man, what a great run. Third place finish. Congratulations once again, and we'll see what you can get them next week at I don't even know where we're going the next time we're out. Do you know?
I don't remember, but I know we got a flight to catch tonight to go to Belgium for tomorrow.
That's right. That's right. We got to do some practice for our 24 for sure. So again, congratulations and good luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, it's your third place finisher, Michael Blackner. I feel like I've done that before, twice. But anyway, guys, thanks for dealing with the issues here. For Full Throttle Sim Racing, the FTSR Late Model Tour, and Five Flag Speedway, my name is Brody Hanna on Full Throttle Television. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at wherever we're headed. I don't know the schedule, so we'll see what happens.